My name is Rose Watson. I've been married for 10 years, living separately from my mother-in-law, who resides far away. Recently, I found out she had retired due to a severe backache that left her unable to work. As a result, my husband, Mark, has been sending her money every month. Hey, make sure you transfer this month's money to Mom, okay? He reminded me one evening. Of course, I won't forget, even if I forget everything else, I assured him. Thanks, that means a lot, he said with a tired smile. Mark visited his mother at least once a month, helping her with household tasks she could no longer manage. But one day, he returned from her house fuming. What the hell have you done? He snapped the moment he walked through the door. Startled by his anger, I blinked at him in confusion. I've been struggling to send my mother money, and you didn't even care, he accused. I told you to transfer $1,000 every month. I did transfer it, I protested. Then why hasn't she received it? His voice rose. Do you have any idea how hard it is to set aside that money? I've been taking extra jobs just to make sure she has enough. I swear, I sent it. Then why is she doing piecework? She's in pain, lifting heavy boxes to survive. I don't know about that, I admitted, but I transferred the money just like you asked. Are you saying my mom is lying? His glare was sharp, filled with disbelief. That's not what I'm saying at all. You never even visit her. I go every month, but you never come with me. You just don't care about my mom. That's not true. It's far away, and I barely get time off. I don't want to spend my only break traveling. Waste your day off? It's family. Your family, I corrected him. You never visit mine, do you? That's different, he scoffed. You married into my family, I didn't marry into yours. I stared at him, stunned by his words. Did he even realize how unfair he was being? Frustrated, I turned toward the kitchen, but he followed, his accusations relentless. I want you to return all the money I gave you, he demanded. Why are you saying this? We've been married for 10 years, have I ever lied to you? Then where's the money? If I had spent it, there'd be something new in the house, but there's nothing. No clothes, no jewelry, I haven't bought a single thing. Then you must be saving it for yourself, he accused, planning to leave me. Huh? What? That's ridiculous. Is it? Maybe you've been thinking about divorce all along. Why would I do that? We have kids. I don't care, he shouted. I won't stay with someone who makes my mom suffer. No matter how much I tried to reason with him, he refused to listen. After hours of arguing, I realized there was nothing left to say. All right, I said quietly. Divorce it is. Mark had already prepared the divorce papers, almost as if he'd planned this all along. I packed my things, took our child, and left. It's going to be okay, I whispered to my little one, though I wasn't sure if I believed it myself. Days passed as I settled into my parents' home, trying to rebuild a life from the ruins of my marriage. Then, out of nowhere, Mark called me. Something weird is happening, he said. I frowned. What do you want? We're strangers now. I know, but... He hesitated. I've been sending the money myself, but Mom still says she hasn't received it. I laughed bitterly. Maybe you didn't transfer it. Of course I did. Or maybe you just dreamed you did, I mocked. Don't compare me to you. Then don't call me. I have nothing to do with this. You're working, so you have time to talk, he shot back. How much more did he plan to belittle me? My bank statements show the money was withdrawn, he admitted, but my mom says she never got it. Then maybe you sent it to the wrong person. A long silence followed. Then, where did I send it? He murmured, realization dawning in his voice. I don't know, maybe you've been giving the money to some other woman, I said coldly. That's ridiculous. What's ridiculous is having this conversation in the first place. But Mark, you seemed pretty convinced when you accused me of stealing. Wait. That's too cold. You can't just cut ties so easily, he protested. I'm not being cold. The moment you decided on divorce, you were out of my life. How can you be so heartless? A woman doesn't even look back? What's the use of dwelling on the past? Thinking about you? Now that would be a waste. Mark sighed. I'm in trouble here. Not my problem. Can't you at least listen to me? How utterly self-centered. Fine, he relented. I'll start from the beginning. Just hear me out. I sighed. Go on. Remember the day I asked for a divorce? After I left, I went to check on Mom. I asked her why she was still doing piecework even though I'd been sending her money. She swore she hadn't received a dime. And that's why you lost your mind and accused me of pocketing it. Yeah, he admitted. But then I sent it myself, and she still didn't get it. So that proves it wasn't me, I pointed out. I don't know about that. Maybe you were stealing it when you were in charge. That's disgusting. If that's really what you think, then I'll go with you to your mother's house myself. What for? To find out what's really going on. Fine. And so, for the first time in a long while, we went to his family home together. When we arrived, his sister, Selena, was there. Oh, you're here, Selena? Mark asked, surprised. I came back because I was worried about Mom, she said. What about your husband? We're divorced. Just like you. Oh. So you moved back in? Yeah. When did you come back? 6 months ago. 6 months. Never mind that, Mark said, turning to his mother. Mom, is it true you didn't receive the money I sent? It's true, she confirmed. It doesn't matter if both of you are here or not, the money never arrived. But did you check your bank book recently? I asked. Yes, just 2 days ago. Can I see it? You can't. Selena interrupted. Why not? Because you're a stranger now. Why should Mom show you something so important? But we can't confirm anything unless we check, I argued. Mark stepped in. Then I'll look. I'm her son. Fine. With a sigh, their mother retrieved the bank book from a drawer. Look, Mark, I said, flipping through the pages. Your deposits are here. And they were withdrawn the next day, right on schedule. Mark frowned. That's odd. Mom, before, you wouldn't withdraw money right away. You barely went to the bank because of your back pain. But now it's gone the very next day? That's because Selena's been handling my banking since she moved back in, his mother explained. Mark and I turned to look at Selena. She crossed her arms defensively. What? I don't know anything about this. But it was withdrawn, Mark said. And Mom doesn't go to the bank herself. So unless someone else has her card. I don't have a card, his mother interjected. I was afraid of losing it, so I never made one. Selena, Mark said firmly, tell the truth. A long silence. Then she sighed. All right, it was me. Mark's jaw tightened. What do you mean, it was you? Mom told me to withdraw the money. I saw the deposits every month, and I figured borrowing a little wouldn't hurt. Borrowing? I scoffed. Are you planning to pay it back? I intend to, she muttered. I just don't have the money right now. Why the hell would you do this? Mark demanded. I needed it, okay? And besides, Mom's managing fine. Selena shot back. Mark's expression softened. Were you really that desperate? Their mother sighed. If that's the case, it can't be helped. What? I exploded. Mark ran a hand through his hair. I mean, it's family. If Selena was struggling, I guess it's understandable. Understandable? I interrupted. You called me a thief. You tore apart our marriage over this. And now, just because it's your sister, it's fine? Mark sighed. It's different. How? She was struggling. And you think I wasn't struggling when you accused me of stealing? I don't see why I need to apologize, he said flatly. You don't see a reason? My voice wavered between laughter and rage. Not even one? Look, it's not like I did anything wrong, he said. Selena needed help. It's not my fault. His mother nodded in agreement. That's right. You can't blame Mark for this. I looked around the room. It was like standing in a pit of quicksand. No matter what I said, I'd be swallowed whole. A deep, exhausting sense of clarity settled over me. I see, I murmured. So that's how it is. Without another word, I turned toward the door. Where are you going? Mark asked. Home. Drive me to the station. He scoffed. Why should I? We're divorced. You're not my responsibility anymore. Oh, but I was responsible enough when you needed my help, wasn't I? I never asked you to come. You came on your own, he shot back. That's right, his mother added. You're not a couple anymore. Why should he do anything for you? I let out a slow breath, willing myself to stay calm. No thank you for figuring this out? I said. No sorry for dragging me through hell? Silence. Fine, I muttered. I'll take a taxi. I don't need you. I left without looking back. As soon as I got home, tears of frustration slipped down my face. I promised myself, never again. But a few days later, Mark called. Maybe, just maybe, he finally realized his mistake. Maybe he'd apologize. Maybe he'd explain that he'd only acted that way in front of his family. Maybe. I picked up. Can you lend me some money? He asked. I laughed. Excuse me? Come on, don't be difficult. You're unbelievable, I said. You have the nerve to ask for money without even apologizing? So, is that a no? I hung up. That was the last time I ever answered his calls. That's not true, I said, trying to hold back frustration. We were married. After all, we were a united pair, but that's not how things are anymore. The day we split, that united fate disappeared. He shrugged, still persistent. I still think we're a united fate. He always said whatever was on his mind. So, can you lend me some money? He asked, as if it was nothing. Why? I asked, genuinely confused. Well, I just found out Selena has a massive debt. Wait, it's been a while. Didn't you ask her what she spent the money on? I couldn't, he said quietly. It would have seemed too pathetic. Money is a sensitive topic. Maybe her ex-husband had something to do with it. Or maybe there's another reason. Sure, there must be some reason, but you should have asked. For the future. I trusted her because we were. And there was no trust for me? I've known Selena way longer than I've known you. Yeah, since birth. That's why you trusted her. I thought everything would be fine. But it wasn't. So, what happened? Turns out she's in deep debt, and the $1,000 a month isn't enough. How much does she need? She wants to pay it off all at once. Paying it off in one go would save on interest, but I don't have that kind of savings. So why are you asking me? Because, remember? You said you had plenty of savings when we were in the car, going to your parents' house. I remembered that conversation clearly. He'd mocked me, saying I must be struggling after our divorce and implied I would have stolen money if he kept asking me to make transfers. I'd snapped back, revealing that I had been trading stocks and making good money from it. But why would an ex-wife lend you money? I asked. Selena says she's in debt for $30 million. $30 million? Yes. So can you lend it to me? You're okay with that, right? First, why does she have such a massive debt? I was curious too, so I asked. Most of it's from shopping. She buys tons of brand name items. Whenever she sees something she likes, she just buys it. And it's all on revolving credit. The interest keeps adding up. And every month, she keeps buying more. Now it's reached $30 million. She's careless. Mark, I'd say you're just as careless for overlooking it. She didn't understand how revolving credit works. She thought if she just paid a fixed amount each month, it would all be fine in the end. I get that feeling. I don't. How could she take that risk? Isn't that what led to her divorce? Now she realizes the interest is piling up, and it's become a serious problem. She came crying to me for help, but I don't have that kind of money. I told her I couldn't give her more than $1,000 a month. Then she suggested asking you. What? Why me? You said we were strangers, and that you didn't even want to drive me to the station. That's all in the past. So you think the past should just be forgotten? Like it never happened? Such a selfish way of thinking. Would anyone accept that? So, you can afford to lend it, right? I do have that much saved up. Then lend it to me. I just made a lot of money in stocks recently. You know stocks are a gamble, right? Yeah, but didn't you always mock me for investing in the stock market, calling it a gamble? Did I? You said you wanted a divorce because you didn't want a wife who gambled on stocks. I said that before I knew how much you had saved. So that's why you asked me how much I had that day? You ridiculed me, and then when I mentioned I had savings, you were surprised? Yeah, I didn't expect you to have that much, but I'm glad I asked. Even then, you still dismissed it as gambling. Well, yeah, but let's not dwell on that. I was foolish, all right? Foolish? You're cruel. Now you want to borrow money I saved for our child? You're overthinking it. Our child won't need that money for a while. It's silly to save for the future right now. Money rots if you don't use it. Money rots? That's a new one. Think of it as an investment. It's like investing in me. Why would I invest in you? Just do it. Lending me the money would be the smartest choice. Fine, but if I lend you money, you won't pay it back, right? You're still sending $1,000 a month to your mom. Where would you get the money to pay me back? I'll pay you back $1,000 a month. Are you insane? At that rate, how many years will it take? Don't say that. I really regret it. Regret? Yeah, if we hadn't split up, I wouldn't be begging you for money. I need to ask, doesn't this seem unfair? You just want my money? No, it's not like that. We don't have love, but we can rely on each other. It feels like you're just relying on me. You're too rigid. If you think like that, you won't be happy. We could even remarry. I didn't mind being married to you. Wow, I do mind. I don't want to be with someone who can't even apologize. Fine, I apologize. Sorry, is that enough? What are you apologizing for? Tell me, in 400 characters or less, what you did wrong. I just apologized because you said so. Pathetic. Don't ever call me again. Why? I apologized. Will you remarry me? Or help me? My sister is suffering. Shut up. Go to hell. I hung up abruptly and blocked his number. A few days later, I heard through mutual friends that Mark, despite his protests, couldn't refuse Selena. He ended up borrowing money from a finance company to clear her debt, all while his mother kept pushing him to help. They assumed it was over, thinking Selena would repay them over time. But no, Selena kept shopping, charging everything on revolving credit again. Eventually, it all fell back on Mark to clean up. When they confronted her, Selena supposedly said, "I never meant to buy anything." By the time I realized it, the credit had already been processed. Mark and his mother, naively believing her, didn't do anything about it. No solutions, no hospital visits. They just chalked it up to her being sick. Meanwhile, Selena was flaunting expensive clothes and jewelry, laughing with friends. Mark is so easy to manipulate, she reportedly said. The situation spiraled. Unable to keep up with the debt, they had to sell their home. Now, Mark, his mother, and Selena were living together, barely scraping by. But, oddly enough, it seemed like Selena was the only one enjoying herself, while Mark and his mother remained blind to it. As for me, I kept making money from the stock market and now lived comfortably with my child in a spacious apartment.